Hi, welcome to my channel that is about fitness and faith. Today I want to talk about singleness and how it is a gift. Our God, our dad, Papa God in heaven is an incredible and really good God. And he knows how to give good gifts to his children. It talks about in Jeremiah that he has plans and hope and a future for your life. He cares about you so much. He knows how much hair you have on your head. He knows you better than you even know yourself. So you can trust that the dream you have of being married one day, a dream you have, is so special to God, and his dream for you is even better, even far beyond your best dream for yourself. Psalm 139, 17 to 18 talks about how God's thoughts towards us outnumber the grains of sand. God has incredible thoughts towards you, and he wants to bless you. He is for you and he is not against you. And so when he gives you the season of singleness, and let's be honest, most of us are only going to be single for a season, and then we will enter into that season of marriage. But singleness is a gift, but we can miss the gift that it is if we rush that season. And I want to be honest with you, I am single right now, and I can honestly say that I am enjoying and loving my season of singleness because it's an incredible time, and you can really thrive in your season of singleness. And I'll talk about how. Paul actually writes that it can even actually be better to be single for a period or for life if that's what God's given you. But remember, most of us won't be eunuchs for life. But it talks about how an unmarried person is concerned with the things of the Lord, but a married person is concerned with the things of the world. And so it's actually such a freeing period of our life whilst we are single. When we rush through this season, when we rush through any season that the Lord has called us to, we miss the gift. And not just miss the gift, we bring brokenness into our life when we rush God's timing. For example, Abraham and Sarah, they had this incredible promise that they were going to have a child, that Abraham was going to be the father of nations. However, they rushed God's timing. Abraham ended up sleeping with Sarah's servant and creating an Ishmael, creating brokenness into the family. And that's not what we want. When we get married, we want to be happily married. We don't want to just get married. Who you marry is the second most important decision you can make after giving your life to Jesus. And when you're married, you don't want to just be in a broken marriage or unhappily married. Did you know that the stats tell us 40 to 50% of marriages in the US and Australia end in divorce? That is not what we want, and that's not God's will for your life either. But singleness is an incredible season that prepares you for life, for your calling, as well as for that right relationship when it does come along. Now, why is singleness such a gift? Such an incredible time. You have so much freedom. There's no responsibility to a husband or a wife, and there's no commitments or responsibility to children. You are free to do whatever you please with your life and to have that time to figure things out. Singleness is an incredible time to work on your identity. Now, identity is found by spending quality time with the Lord. When we abide in his love, when we remain in his perfect love, that is a time where he renews our mind and he releases to us new dreams, visions, and hope. That's when he releases to us our calling. Now, a godly man and a godly woman is looking for someone who is an equal partner with them, who can be a co-heir of God and walk side by side in their calling. A godly man or a godly woman is looking for someone who knows who they are, who is living out in their call. And when you're living out your call and living out your identity, you will attract the person who will see that and can see that that will work with them and come alongside them. You see, the truth is, you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. And so if you don't know who you are, if you don't have identity, if the revelation has not sunk in yet that you are a beloved son and daughter of the Most High God, that you are royalty and that you are that pearl of great price that Jesus gave up everything to die for. If you don't have your identity yet, then you will not attract someone that you want. You will attract what you are. Broken people attract broken people. If you are half a person, don't think that you can be with someone else who's half a person and that they will complete you. They will not complete you. That is a lie. Half times half is a quarter. It just results in more brokenness. So you need to know your identity. You need to know who you are. You need to be living out the call that God has given you to live out, because only you can fulfill that mission and that purpose on this earth. And when you are walking out in your identity, you will attract someone who can come alongside you and sharpen you and also walk out their calling as you do and help each other in fulfilling God's purpose and plans for your life. That's what it means to be equally yoked. I understand, when people think equally yoked, they're thinking, okay, don't be married to a non-believer. But it's not just that alone. It's literally, don't be unequally yoked even with a Christian. And when you don't know who you are, if you don't know your values, you don't know your calling, you don't know your purpose, and you're wanting to go this direction and the person you're with is trying to go that direction, that's not going to work. The imagery that we have of being equally yoked is having two oxen who have something around their necks, a yoke that is around their necks, and they're both walking their lane. They're not looking to the left, they're not looking to the right, they're walking their lane. One's not bigger than the other, they're actually equal partners. And if someone is bigger than the other, or just they're not equally yoked, or if one starts looking to the left, the whole thing will topple down and they will break their necks, and that will create more brokenness in your life. So you don't want to be unequally yoked. And the only way you can avoid being unequally yoked is to find your identity first and foremost in the Lord. Understand the purpose and the mission He has put on your life. Understand the values that you hold. And that way you can build healthy boundaries around yourself that honors you, honors God, honors the person in your life, and that you can attract the person that can actually come alongside you and walk with you as an equal partner. Singleness is also an amazing time because it's a time where the Lord is able to just spend time with just you and for Him to heal your heart. Whether or not you've been in a relationship before or not, like you might have been single your whole life, or you may have had relationships in the past that have broken. But regardless, we are born into a broken world. And so we need God to heal us and heal our hearts. It says in Psalm 139 to allow God to search our hearts and find anything in there that shouldn't be there and for Him to remove it. God wants to turn your heart of stone into a heart of flesh. He wants to heal your heart, and so that you can be a whole person and attract another whole person and come together as whole people to bring about His purpose and plan for your lives. Singleness is also an incredible time where you can truly learn about what true love is. We love because He first loved us. God's love is perfect and it casts out all fear. When you are in the love of God, you'll actually understand what love is, which is patient, kind, honoring. It believes, always hopes. It's not selfish or boastful. Corinthians 13. It also says, and here's a crazy, crazy revelation. It also says in Proverbs 18:22 that he who finds a wife finds a good thing. Now that's crazy. How does someone find a wife? Is the Lord saying that someone should go find married people and find themselves a wife by finding someone who's already in a godly marriage? No. That's not what God is saying. God is saying that we need to first know what it means to be married to Jesus. Jesus is the bridegroom. We are the bride. We are the bride. So it's learning to be a wife first and foremost to Jesus and letting Jesus love us. He loves you. He loves his wife. He loves his bride. And when you know what love is, you won't settle for brokenness. You're not going to settle for what love is not. Singleness is also an incredible time for you to practice healthy relationship, healthy boundaries, healthy communication. Because you have your friends and you have your brothers and sisters in Christ, and you have the mums and dads in the kingdom as well as your own mum and dad. And that's an amazing time where you can practice setting up boundaries that are healthy and honoring, having communication that is honoring and filled with love, and doing it in such a way where it's safe for your heart. The stakes aren't high, your heart is safe, and you're able to practice and do these things in community so that when you do get married, you'll be able to have those skills so critical and necessary for a godly marriage. And so my prayer for you, beloved, is that you get to receive the full revelation of how precious you are to God. The truth that your best dream for yourself does not even compare to God's dream for you. I pray that if you are single right now, that you'll be able to receive the gifts available to you in this season of singleness, and that you will be able to be filled with the fullness of Christ and his love for you, so that you can be just so satisfied, that you'll be able to walk in that revelation of being married to Jesus and truly experience God's perfect love for you. And I pray that it'll be an amazing season where you'll just get to live out your dreams, live out your calling, and be the person you were always created to be. And then when you step out and be the person you were always created to be, tip if you're a girl, how is a godly man going to find his wife? He needs to be able to recognize her and see her. But he can't recognize her and see her if you're not whole in your identity, if you're not able to walk out in your calling. And guys, how is a girl going to be able to submit to her husband if you're not already walking in your calling and in your identity? You also need to be strong in your identity so you can discern and build the life that you need to build so that you can be equally partnered with a godly wife who will be a blessing to your life. And so, don't rush the season of singleness. Don't miss the gift that is available in that time.